Gucken, wo liegt sie?
Hello? Hypatia? Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around the area.
Was jetzt? Hä? Warum kommt jetzt... Warum kam dafür jetzt eine Cutscene? Hä?
There you are! Hypatia, are you alright? There's no way we can get her to eat in her current condition. Huh? Wait, why does it look super foggy outside all of it?
Okay, damit hat sich die eine Quest fertig gemacht. Haben wir noch keine Dendro-Gebiet-Dailies? Nein, oh, nervig. Erstmal wird hier geguckt, dass hier hinten steht. Komische Sachen. Was ich probieren wollte. Das ist echt eine Instanz. Ich habe mich gewundert, warum das geladen hat. Das ist eine Instanz. Das Pilzviechwesen zeigt uns irgendwas.
Hot things out here end up looking like that. What happened? And where are we? Really? Oh.
Also wir sollten ja nicht nur mit Wasser gute Reaktionen auslösen können, sondern auch mit Elektro jetzt. Mal schauen, ob wir später dann ja, Miko mit reinnehmen, Tignari als Main DPS, ja, Mikos aufstellen und so weiter. Mal gucken, wie der Damage-Stand ist.
This place is huge! Paimon knew there's something off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind.
No. Let's light it up.
Nix mit elektrisch aufgeladen hier. Bam. Mal. Ach, 35, okay. Ich habe gedacht, das wäre mehr. Okay. Kann auch noch in die. Aha. Hä?
Huh? What happened just now? Why'd everything around us suddenly change?
Gut. Es waren 10, ne? Und zweimal schon das Bossmaterial, den wir noch gar nicht gesehen haben. Urbernstein in der Sphäre. Okay. Manchmal sind Urbernsteine auf dem Pfad, den diese Bernsteine versiegelt haben. Sammle 3 Urbernsteine in der Sphäre, um den entsprechenden Pfad zu öffnen. Okay.
Keep up. Ha. Keep up.
Busted.
Weiß nicht, was ihr hier zu suchen habt, aber
Here comes the catch.
I'll uproot you. Can't see. Yeah. Let's nip that in the bud. One with the forest. Time to pull some weeds. Enshroud.
Gotcha. Take it easy.
I'll uproot you.
halt, stopp. Nein, Blut. Verdammt. Ich kann es nicht abbrechen. So. Und diesmal dann nicht reinhüpfen, sondern die Kiste mitnehmen. Jetzt können wir. Also ich kam hierher nicht wieder zurück. Ich weiß nicht warum. Ich musste einmal das Ding verlassen und wieder reinkommen. Eat. Das ist das Ziel, nehme ich mal an nachher. Haben wir es jetzt leider noch mal. Warten, 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 ja. Rennen, rennen, rennen. Okay, ja, hier ist die Truhe weg. Gut. So, lass mich mal kurz gucken. YouTube. Okay, die ersten Videos sind jetzt fertig. Dann kann ich die releasen. Ist zwar jetzt nicht mit dem Tignari-Pull so spannend, aber... Gut. Wo müssen wir... Da, auf das Ding, ne? Müssen da auf das Ding raufhüpfen. Okay. Guten Tag, machen Sie bitte die Tür auf. Also, dass das Gebiet so komisch wird, habe ich aber nicht gedacht.
What in Tibet is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute. Hey, what's the matter? You don't look so good.
Warte. Ich sehe das schon. So, irgendwie komisch angucken. Das kennen wir ja, so eine Rätsel.
The value of knowledge cannot simply be quantified in monetary terms.
Das gab's ja im... Oh, wie heißt das? Jetzt komme ich wieder nicht drauf. Kann ich die Map hier aufmachen? Ja. Diese Puzzle-Dings gab es hier schon mal. Ja, das... Wo man hier steht und hier so schräg hingucken muss für so einen Stein, damit man so einen Geist der Mädchen hier hinten hin verfolgen muss. Es ist so... Ich komme mal nicht ins Gruppenmenü, ne? Sauerei.
Quietly now. Here comes the catch.
One thing after another. One with the forest. Cha, cha, cha. Cha. Hoom. Cha. Hoom. Ha. Can't see.
Gotcha.
Let's nip that in the bud.
Gucken die Reaktion. Hey, ich wollte doch das sehen.
Why can't we beat this guy? Oh, Paimon doesn't get it. We faced others like him before. What's wrong this time?
Traveler, though you may have managed to avert countless crises before, your good fortune was bound to end sooner or later. It's time you realize how weak and powerless you really are. Your sister. Oh, pitiful traveler. Are you really so ignorant? Or are you just living in complete denial? long since forsaken you. Your meager existence in her eyes is that of an annoying bug, only to be stepped upon. The bonds of love and family which drive you to find your sibling are utterly gone. But don't you fret now. Today will be your last. Now die!
What do we do? We haven't seen Hypatia and... Oh, there she is! Quick! Well, the good news is that she's still conscious. Hey... are you okay? Anyways, we can talk about this later. Whoa! Wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around her.
Okay, also das eine Wesen hat dir was zu essen gebracht. Die haben auch irgendwie eine eigene Stadt, ne?
Tighnari, is that you? Huh?
It's okay. You can relax, Hypatia. Tighnari sent us here to bring you some food and water. Here.
I see. So, you're friends of Tighnari. I apologize for all the trouble I've caused you. I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me. You even brought all this fruit.
Well, actually, we didn't bring the fruit. We were kind of wondering about that, actually. When we found you here, there was all this fruit lying around and even some juice dripping from your lips.
Oh, really? I seem to understand now. All the fruit was likely from my, neighbor. Must have come by and saw me like this.
Your neighbor? You mean there's someone else living nearby?
Oh? So you're able to see them?
Wait, hold on a second, Traveler. You say that before we arrived, you saw some mysterious creature and said...
No, I actually do believe what the Traveler is saying. I myself had a similar experience once before and ended up scaring my timid little... You needn't worry. They mean you no harm. They only dragged you into the dream because they hoped to buy themselves a little time in order to scurry away.
So, Hypatia, just what kind of creature is your neighbor exactly?
I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest. But I do know that they have some sort of deeper connection with the Dendro Archon. I know this because the first time I saw them was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection with Irminsul. Even after I opened my eyes and stopped meditating, my heart was still pounding, and my mind was racing with all the knowledge that I had touched. And at that very moment, I suddenly noticed a small figure at the opening of the cave. In my curiosity, I began to walk over to the creature. They must have already been used to me living in the cave, because they didn't seem to mind me approaching them. They just kept doing whatever they were up to. It wasn't until I crouched down next to them that they suddenly realized that I could see them.
Oh! And then?
And then I had a dream. By the time I came to, they were nowhere to be seen. I was convinced they'd never show up again. But sure enough, I saw them nearby a few days later. And they weren't alone. I feel like they aren't as afraid of me as the first time I approached them. But I never would have expected them to save me. Yes, no doubt about that. By the way, Tighnari mentioned in his letter that you had questions for me regarding Irminsul. Sorry about that. Sounds like just drinking juice still isn't quite enough for my stomach.
Well, if somebody hadn't dropped the food earlier... Anyway, looks like we'll need to prepare something ourselves. Besides, Paimon's getting hungry too. Let's eat first and talk about Irminsul later. Alright, we're up, traveler. Today's menu will feature sweet madame and a radish veggie soup. You'll love them, Hypatia. They're our specialties after all.
Sounds good. I've never tried any dishes from other nations before. I certainly look forward to it. It's been so long since I've had a decent meal, too. To be honest, the last time had to be when Tighnari came to visit.
Ihr seht auch, dass die Früchte so groß sind wie ihr Kopf, ne? Oder bin nur ich das? Hier, du kannst alles haben. Er macht nichts. Ach so. Falschen Knopf gedrückt. Ich muss nicht selber was machen.
All done. Let's use the empty box that Tighnari gave us since we already watched it. Oh, it smells amazing.
Egal. Musste so oder sowas kochen.
Are you already finished cooking? Even though everything you mentioned was in Tighnari's letter, it's still hard to believe you were able to connect with Irminsul immediately after smelling Spiritborn eel for the... It took me nearly 3 years before I could do so. And everyone at the Academia even lauded me as a genius. You should know that some researchers spent their entire lives without ever successfully connecting with Irminsul as you have.
So why does this incense allow people to connect to...
The ingredients used to make Spiritborn ale primarily consist of plants created by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. These special ingredients are conducive to heightening our senses to the Dendro Archon's power. Since the root of the Dendro Archon's power lies within Irminsul, we can occasionally tap into her powers to peer into the depths of the earth. That's all right. I'm sure you'll come to a clearer understanding as you remain in Sumeru.
Makes sense. But Paimon's got a question. Why was he sensitive to the smell of those plants for such a long time?
That was primarily due to his body's unique constitution. Stimulated by the incense, he could perceive the Dendro Archon's power and experienced a sensory overload. Taking in any scent similar to the ingredients of Spiritborn ale would cause adverse effects. Not to worry though, it appears you've already fully recovered. Technically, your body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendro Archon, but unless you're using intentional meditation techniques, the scent of Spiritborn ale should no longer trigger so-
Whew. Well, that's a relief.
I must admit, I am quite envious of your abilities. Even if it meant suffering from pounding headaches for the rest of my life, I'd consider it worthwhile so long as I could connect with Irminsul at will.
Whoa, you're really serious about...
I am a researcher after all. As a member of the Ritaoist Darshan at the Academia, My main area of research is the stars and their connection to the fate of living beings. But there is still so much we don't know, which is why I must turn to the all-knowing Irminsul for answers. If only my perception wasn't so limited. Unfortunately, I cannot guarantee that my every attempt to attune with Irminsul will be successful. I am currently in the stage of training known as Satyavada life. Many researchers in Sumeru have lost their minds while seeking to attune with Irminsul during this stage. Sages have said that Irminsul contains divine knowledge, and touching such knowledge without the proper preparations and abilities will only lead to one's mind caving in on itself. That's why we meditate alone. We need to ensure that our minds will be calm while minimizing the possibility of involving anyone else.
Whoa! So knowledge from Irminsul can be super dangerous!
Of course I do. Especially during nights that are pitch black with no moonlight. However, I've been feeling better as of late. I don't get as scared anymore. I believe that being able to see them is a sort of blessing from the Dendro Arc. But what's strangest of all is that they're clearly an envoy of the God of Wisdom herself.
What's so strange about that? It doesn't sound so out of place for a
Well, it's strange because nearly nobody in Sumeru can ever dream.
Huh. Is that—
Yes, well, to an extent. Only children can dream in Sumeru. The sages say that wisdom implies rationality, but that which occurs in dreams is often neither rational nor logical. Yes, if one struggles with anxieties, those emotions could influence their dreams. The fact that the people of Sumeru do not have dreams is seen as a blessing by the sages. They believe that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, the god of wisdom, is keeping us away from the foolish delusions you encounter in your sleep. I was born into a family of scholars in Sumeru City. Ever since I was a child, my parents would always tell me that I'll know I've grown up once I stop dreaming. I studied hard, enrolled as a student in the academia, and went on to become a researcher. But then, on the day I scared the little Aranara, I suddenly saw a dream again. It was incredible. Though I don't exactly remember what I saw, I clearly recall the feeling. Back then, I was foolish and ignorant as any youth would be, but I was free of fear. Just be sure not to speak of this if you travel to Sumeru City.
So, do you have any thoughts about the things he saw when he—
Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have any answers as of now. All I can say is that what you saw is a memory contained within Irminsul. World forget me. What could that possibly mean? If only I could ascend past Satyavada life and begin Paripurna life. I might have some more answers for you. If you two are ever in the area again, please be sure to come and— There's no need to be thanking me.
Now that we know Hypatia is alright and had the chance to ask her some questions, Paimon thinks it's about time to head back to
Think about it, Tainari. Refusing to join is tantamount to burying your head in the sand. I understand that you're a forest watcher, and that it's your duty to combat the effects of withering zones. But isn't it evident that such work is not a lasting solution to the problem? As Sage Kage clearly stated, your presence and guidance in Sumeru City is pivotal in finding a cure for Irminsul. How could you possibly refuse?
Keep your emotions in check, Gulam. Let's at least listen to Tainari's reason for declining. We're here to invite him to the Academia, not to cause a scene.
Sage Kage, I am truly honored that you came here in person, but I'm afraid I must still decline your invitation. I am merely a forest watcher. How could the great minds of the Haravatat have any need of someone like me?
Well, it turns out that your refusal letter had some implications on your master's reputation. He is a renowned sage of the Immorta, after all. So now I've come here in his stead.
I see. Huh. And I figured that given his temper, he would come here and berate me personally.
Tainari, your master is an integral part of this effort, And now he
And what exactly does my master need of me, Sage Kaje?
You'll know once you've arrived in Sumeru.
And how long will I be required to stay?
There's no definite answer.
Do you mean to tell me that despite coming all the way here to Gandharvaville, you still can't answer the questions I laid out in the letter to my master? If that's the case, then I'm afraid I cannot give you a—
Tighnari, but you...
So be it. Come, Gulam, we're leaving.
Tighnari, what was that all about?
It's nothing. Some people from the academia wanted me to go to Sumeru City to assist them with a project, but I had to refuse on account of all my responsibilities here. But all that can wait. How did things go with Hypatia?
It was quite the eventful trip, but the main thing is that she's safe and sound.
Very good. Now that the traveler has made a full recovery, there shouldn't be any reason—
That's right! We want to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali and ask her for advice.
Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have any advice for you there.
Well, do you at least know anyone?
Let me think. My trips to Sumeru City have— How about this? I'll write you a letter of introduction that you can give to a researcher I know. Also, when you enter Sumeru City, you'll probably end up receiving something like this item here. I'm not—
Oh? What is—
It's called an Akasha Terminal. It's a tool produced by the academia that utilizes the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. Some say that this very item is the basis of Sumeru's reputation. Needless to say, this device and its usage fall under the academia's expertise. So I'll leave it to them to—
Great! Next up, Sumeru City! That's right! Tighnari, we have something—
Yes, she's doing much better. After being confined, she knew you two would be leaving soon.
Thanks, Tighnari.
Farewell. And keep up.
Okay, wie lange ist diese Folge?
I've been waiting for you two. Thanks for waiting here just to see us off, Kale. Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself. My condition won't be getting in the way of my duties. I want to be a forest ranger after all. It's up to me and the other— And, I'm sorry. I should have told you both about my condition, but I guess now I understand that the most important thing is for friends to be genuine with— There's no need to apologize, Kale. We should be thanking you, for we're probably still gonna worry about your condition, but that's— Thank you. That means a lot. Before you leave, I have something for you. Oh? What is— It's my recipe for pita pockets. I told you that I'd give you a copy, remember? Yay! Thanks, Kale. I hope that whenever you eat them, you'll both remember your time here in Gandharvaville. Well then, I, trainee Forest Ranger Kale, bid you both farewell. Please visit Gandharvaville again. The Rangers will always be ready to assist you here.
Okay, dann machen wir weiter im nächsten Part. Ciao, Leute.